preaches love, forgiveness, and redemption, rests on a foundation of bloodshed and suffering. The death of Jesus, orchestrated by Roman authorities under Pontius Pilate, is presented as an act of salvation. Yet his crucifixion was not just a tragic event. It was a violent spectacle meant to shame and eliminate a perceived threat. Also the violent deaths of his apostles, those who carried his message, are also bloodstains that secured Christianity's grip on history. These early martyrs, the supposed embodiments of mercy and justice, met gruesome ends that raised disturbing questions about divine providence, human cruelty, and the darker mechanisms behind the spread of faith. If Jesus' death symbolized salvation, then why did it take such a brutal and humiliating form? And why did his apostles follow this violent trajectory? Simon Peter, crucified upside down under Nero, was this divine necessity or a brutal attempt to force Christianity's message? Andrew, crucified on an egg-shaped cross in Greece, was his death a statement of faith or political resistance? James the Greater, beheaded by Herod Agrippa I, divine punishment, or the consequence of challenging systems that later institutionalized Christianity? Bartholomew Nathano, flayed alive and beheaded, what kind of divine will demand such cruelty? Matthew Levi, stabbed to death in Ethiopia, was this martyrdom essential for spreading Christianity, or was it a sacrifice to further the church's power?
Judas, son of James,
speared to death, a divine fate, or another chapter in the struggle for religious dominance? Thrown from the temple, clubbed to death, divine justice, or brutality aimed at stifling Christianity's rise?
Simon the Zealot,
killed by arrows in Persia, was his death essential to God's plan, or just the price of spreading a subversive message?
Judas Iscariot,
sawn in half, was such violence integral to the faith's survival, or could Christianity have endured without it?
Matthew the tax collector,
crucified in Turkey, a divine act or the result of a movement that glorified sacrifice over life itself?
Simon the Zealot,
stoned and beheaded in Jerusalem, a divine calling or a calculated move to solidify the church's power?
Saul Paul,
beheaded under Nero, was this death necessary for the spread of Christianity, or was it a means to make his letters and the faith more influential?
John the Baptist,
beheaded for condemning Herod's marriage, was his martyrdom essential for Christianity's rise, or a political move to solidify Jesus' divinity?
James, son of Alphaeus, Thaddeus, Judas, son of James, Lebbeus, Simon the Zealot, Judas Iscariot.
The apostles died horrific deaths, but the empire that once persecuted them later became the very institution that codified and controlled their faith. The churches built in their names now stand as sanctuaries of power, where millions kneel in prayer, seeking blessings from a legacy forged in blood.